Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, February 10th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades because, and I say this because during the day, algorithms, day traders, they are the ones in control of the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they make their move, they're dealing with the most money, very smart people, best technology, best information, and in my humble opinion, following what the large financial institutions do at the end of the day is a long-term edge in your trading. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I appreciate you making the time. I hope that by spending time here, you're learning some good things about some good trading setups and just good trading principles in general. The market has been a wild one. My gosh, down, up, all over the place. The Dow is currently up 126 points, up 0.41%. The NASDAQ is up barely, up 16 points, up 0.12%, and the S&P is up 8.39. Up 0.21%. So the Dow Jones Industrials, the industrials are getting the best of it today out of the three indexes here. So boy, it's been a wild day. It's been a great day, 100%. It's been a great week, month, year. It's unbelievable, but this market's insane in my humble opinion. But it's going to go up until it doesn't. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have a few day trades today that I'm going to share with you as well. We're going to go over to the board after that, take a look at your positions. I see a lot of green over there. It was a lot of red this morning, but I see a lot of green now, so that's good. After that, we are going to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology, most important skill that you can ever learn or develop in trading. You have to learn how to trade. You have to look for support, resistance, levels, entries, position sizing, all that stuff. Yes, you do, but it's really not that hard. What's hard is creating. It's easy to create a plan, but what I mean is what's hard is to follow the plan. For a lot of people, maybe you're not one of them and you listen to me say this every day and go, I don't even know what he's talking about. It's like so easy. But for the rest of us, it is a challenge. So I like to talk about it every day, and hopefully one day it'll kind of click with you and you'll understand the importance of it all. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have identified some end-of-day potential trades that fit my three criteria. First criteria is I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number two, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio based upon good solid support below me and strong and likely resistance above me. If I'm going to risk $100, I need to be able to make 200 or more to the upside for that to be a valid trade. And then number three, take some time every day. Think about, do I really need this trade? Do I already have positions that are in the same industry? Do I already have existing positions? Do I really need to add another one? How much account heat do I have? How correlated are my positions? Those are, even if I find a great setup, that's what goes through my mind before I hit the buy button. Do I really need it? How many positions do I have? What's my account heat? And then lastly, please always take a look at volatility in the market and position size according to what's going on with market volatility. It's very important. So I'll go down through the end of day candidates before the market closes. I'll look at them on multiple time frames. I'll analyze the risk to reward ratios. And if I find something that does make sense, I will purchase it before the close of the market. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, just go ahead, put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at, I'm very happy to do that. Please put an emoji in by the stock symbol or an asterisk, something like that, and I will do my very best to get to it before the close of the market. And then lastly, if you have any new entries or exits for me to put up on the board today, if you could please wait till the end of the day before mentioning those to me. That way I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure is off, and then we'll get them all taken care of and updated for you. All right, so I am going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will see you in about 40 seconds. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, make sure my microphone's on. Yes, it is. All right, Lova is here. Good to see you, Lova. Hope you're having a good day. Dan is here. Hi, Greg and friends, and a little guy waving. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Good to see you. Nigma is here, and Nigma says, hi, Lova. Kamal is here. Hey, Greg and all. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for your chat today. Thanks for everything that you do for the channel, Kamal. I appreciate it, and I know everyone else does. Johan is here. Hello, Johan. Nice to see you, my friend. Tracy Peterson. Hello, Greg and Group. Hey, Tracy. Looking forward to our call tonight at 7 on Skype. That'll be good to catch up with you in Paxton. Kamal says, Johan, did you have Twitter over earnings? I can't remember. Steve Burns. Steve. Thank you for being here, sir. Always appreciate that. Really, really do. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here. And also, thank you so much for everything that you do for this channel. I appreciate it, and I know everyone else does. Steve says, I sold my Dash this morning at 198.90 to lock in my 6.33% gain as the market was looking shaky and the VIX was expanding. It kept going up all day. Did you hit all your profit targets, Greg? I hit 3 profit targets today on Dash. One here at 196.57, one at 205.39, and one at 214.23. So yeah, that's a monster trade. I am very likely going to sell at least half, just take half of this off on this big profit bar, depending how it closes. I may take the whole thing off. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess I'll just have to see how it looks. But good trade there, Steve. You know, well, I'll go over that in a minute when we go over to Dash. Johan says, I did not, unfortunately. David is here. Good to see you, Dave. Always nice to have you here, sir. Hope you and the family are doing well. Kamal says, Johan, good trading. Frank says, hello, Greg and Group. Hello, Mr. Frank. Good to see you as always, sir. Jatton says, hello, good afternoon, sir. Hello, Jatton. Nice to see you. Kamal says, I bought Qualcomm at 146.10. Yep, I've got that on the board. Frank has a poem for us. Let us take a look at that right now, shall we? All right. Here we go. All dressed up and no place to go. So many stocks are bought just to show. This one's the latest, don't you know? Everyone's in it. It's gotta grow. Go ahead and buy it. Just look out below. Boy, that's true. Let's do it one more time. All dressed up and no place to go. So many stocks are bought just to show. This one's the latest, don't you know? Everyone's in it. It's gotta grow. Go ahead and buy it. Just look out below. That's 100%. I have a lot of people asking me, should I buy Bitcoin? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? And I generally say, you know, if you're going to buy something, just make sure you have a stop and adhere to the stop. I can't tell you whether it's going to go up or down, but the best advice I can give you is, because I know they're going to buy it anyway, I'll just say, pick a point where you're wrong and stick to that. Johnson is here. Hello, Johnson. Nice to see you. Hello, Greg and all. Dan, claps for the poems. All right, here we go. Should we get going? SPY. We'll start off with the overnight SPY trade. Great overnight SPY trade. I bought this yesterday at the close at 390.25. Sold it right at the top this morning at 392.10. Not quite 2 points, but pretty close. 6, 7. The overnight SPY trade has been unbelievable this last 8 days. It's been profitable 7 of 8 days, which, it could be negative as well, but very happy with that. I will be buying the SPY at the close again and holding it overnight, selling it first thing tomorrow morning. DocuSign. We have Steve, Yass, and Johnson. Bought DocuSign here and myself with the 1030 crossover at 245.61. It has moved up nicely since then. A couple days ago, I did sell half. I didn't like the rejection of the 1 ATR channel and the V1, but I kept half, luckily. And the last 2 days, it has been up. I did hit another profit target here at 260.67, 60.37 RSI. So I will be keeping this one. Nice bounce off the bottom this morning. Wasn't looking too good this morning, as Steve said. Johnson & Johnson, been a good little trade. Yes, Dan and Johnson are in Johnson & Johnson and myself. Return to value. False breakout to the downside. V2 bought here at 161.64. It has moved up nicely ever since then. We did gap open. I did take a profit target at 167.90. I don't like that we are closing below the open. Usually what I do with that, once it moves a certain amount of distance, I will probably go ahead and take and lock half profits in today because of this bar with the close below the open. NVTA. All right. Gary, Johnson, Quad, Johan, and myself did buy NVTA at 50.81. Yesterday had a nice big up move. And by the way, this was a under 50 RSI, over 50 RSI, under 50 SMA, over 50 SMA, V2, and a crossover. That's why I bought it. But we bought it at 50.81. Up yesterday, profit target. Hit another profit target today at 54.39. Which is good because it is lower than that at this moment. I will be keeping this. I don't see any reason to get rid of this right now. Spotify. Steve, Morgs, Johnson, and myself. I bought a half position. Johnson bought a half position. I think Steve and Morgs bought a full position. We bought yesterday with the 1030 EMA crossover. I bought it at 334.03. Steve bought it at 333.59. Was down earlier. I thought this was not going to be around long for me, but it has reversed like a champion, and it is up 1.2% today. No profit targets yet, but nice recovery from the low. So far, nicely up. Oil has just been a monster trade. I have just been holding this like a good boy, and it has gone up like a champion. I bought it down here at 30.97. And currently it's up 21%. So pretty good. I did buy this on the monthly bars. As you recall, I deep dip buy. I buy on all sorts of different time frames, but the deep dip buy on the monthly bars was an under 30, over 30, under the negative third channel, over the negative third channel, and the V2. Have not hit a profit target yet. So this has been a clean 21% gain. Because the profit targets are so large on the monthly. But anyway, maybe we'll get there. This has been a very, very, very great trade. Very happy for that. NVIDIA, Yas, Jatin, and myself, we did buy it back here at 542.17 with a 520 crossover. Next day it went up, reversed down. I didn't like the action, so I sold half. Am I bummed I sold half? Well, been nice if I would have had the whole position, but I am definitely grateful that I still had half because it has been on a tear ever since then. I did hit three profit targets, 578.12, 585, 50, and 593.27. I'm probably going to go ahead and get rid of this today. It hasn't rejected the 70 RSI. It's gotten close, but this has just been a monster trade, and I would rather look for some trades that offer me a little better risk to reward ratio at this point. Something I learned from Kamal, maybe after the close, I'll discuss something really valuable that I learned from Kamal that I have been incorporating into my trading, and it has been pretty dang good. But this is a monster trade, 3 profit targets. But like I said, we're up at the third ATR channel. We're up near the 70. Maybe it has another one to go tomorrow. I don't know. I don't care. So I'm probably just going to lock in profits on this one. MasterCard. Oh no, I forgot Spotify. Okay, so this is the one we were talking about. Morgs, Gary, and myself, and Steve did take Dash yesterday for different reasons. Steve took it with the 520 crossover, although on my chart, I don't have the 20. So see, that didn't pop out to me. But what did pop out to me was this nice return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V2. But look, Steve pointed out a 520 crossover, which is great. I noticed the return to value V2, and like I always say, the best trades are the ones that have a confluence or combination of indicators. This is a perfect example. I did hit 3 profit targets. It is up 12.72% today. Pretty amazing. At the very least, I am going to take half off today. I don't like this big down bar we've had. Yes, we could rally to about the halfway, which is about 221.60. So it is another 10 points, or we could go back down, right? But this is a huge gain. I'm not going to give it all away. And if we have a reversal, so I'll do what I do best, and that's sell half. So I will sell half today at the close. MasterCard, I did buy MasterCard back here a long time ago on the 1st of February at 322.36. Bounce off the 200, good risk to reward. Moved up strong the next day. I sold half. Kept going up, kept taking profits. Here we closed below the previous day's low. I sold another half of a half. So I only have a quarter left. It is up today, which is good. And I'm just going to keep it as long as it stays above the 200. Now, let me go to the intraday trades, because I did have one on MasterCard here. 5-minute bar, return to value, lots of sideways motion, V1. I bought here at 333.64. Next bar went cranking up. I took half like I always do at 334.07. And I'm very glad, because 5, 10, 15 minutes later, it went down, closed below halfway of the washout bar. So I made from 336.64 to 344.07, and I lost from 334.64 to 333.37. So all in all, it was a positive trade, and that's a good example of why I like to take profits, especially intraday when I have them. All right, Apple. Had kind of an interesting trade on Apple. Yes, higher low V2. I bought it intrabar at 135.36. Never really got up and did anything for me. Here I lost the 50 RSI. So I did take a small profit at 135.42, and then 25 minutes later, it closed below halfway the washout bar. So this was a loss. I got in at 135.36, out of half at 135.42, out of half at 135.06. So that was a net loser. Then we have a big up bar. I didn't want to chase it. I waited for a pullback to about halfway. I got it here at 135.11. Next bar here, it lost the 50 RSI. So I sold, yeah, I sold all of it. That's right. And it closed below halfway. That's right. It did them on the both. So I got in at 135.11, out at 135.09. So I only lost 2 cents on the trade, and that's really how it should go. Look at the range where I made all those trades. And while we're here, Frank did buy Apple at 111. It's 135.57. So it is down a little bit on the day, but of course he's nicely up on the trade. Now, here is the day trade that I was most proud of and the most profitable with, was VIX. So here we have sideways motion. I was looking for this to come down, bounce off the -1 ATR channel, which it did. Next bar triggered a V2 and a false breakout to the downside. I bought at 1634. The next bar went up nice, so I sold half at 1640. Then it just took off. And I like to put profits into big spike up bars. I sold the other half of the half at 1672. Hung through this bar and then had another big up bar, and I decided to get rid of it all at 1691. So that was a massive trade. 1634, out at 1640, out at 1672, and out at 1691. So that one made my day trading day for sure. Okay. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Steve says AMD had a 520 crossover today. Okay, let me write that down. So I don't forget that. All right, now let's head over to your trades, everybody. Qualcomm. Kamal bought intraday at 146.10. It's 146.23. So far, so good. Profitable there for Kamal at 146.10. Zoom. Yas and Jatin bought Zoom back here at 381.53. It is now 432.60, up 0.6% today. So nicely up on the trade for Yas and Jatin on the day, and also on the day and on the trade in general. SLG, Lava had a nice trade, bought 64.92, it's 65.85, up 1.86%. So up on the day, up on the trade. BLNK, Johnson sold Blink, February 19th put, strike price 48. So he wants this to go up. He does not want the price to go below $48. This is down 9.4% today. Bummer. But it is hanging above 48. So let's all hope Blink hangs above 48 for Johnson. The Qs down today. Frank bought the Qs all the way down here at 284.60. It's 333.14. Down a little bit today, but nicely up on the trade. CRM, Frank has a position in CRM at 216.80. It's 236.61, so it's up about $20 on the trade. Down a little on the day, but nicely up on the trade. GLD, Morgs, and who else? Is it just Morgs? I guess it's just Morgs. Morgs bought gold with the under 250, over 250, bought it at 169.73. It's 172.63, up 0.31% today, so nice trade there, Morgs. Nike, Frank got into Nike with the 1050 EMA cross at 139.59. It's 142.09. A little bit up on the day, but nicely up on the trade. Edit, Johan bought Edit at 63.71. Ooh, big down day today. It's down 9%. So down on the day and down on the trade. I don't see a lot of those down ones for Johan. Let's see. JMIA, Karen bought JMIA at 45.60. It's 66.20, up on the day, up on the trade. INAQ. Who is INAQ? Frank bought INAQ at $15.90. It's $18 even. It's down 5%, but still nicely up on the trade. Timothy bought Coca-Cola. Boy, it looks like it had earnings. He bought here at $48.52. It's currently $49.69. Look at the big gap up, and then it got sold into. But Tim's still nicely up on the trade. GPN. Timothy, February 19th calls. So he bought that all the way back at $182.50. So he is doing nicely on those. I had a call with him last night, and he's doing very well with that. Way to go, Tim. Square. Johan and Jatson bought Square $245 and $237.67. It is up today. So up on the day, up on the trade. PLTR. Johnson and Yass got in at 32 and 32.27. Johnson got out of half. That is down 6% today, but up on the trade. NIO, the famous NIO. Johnson got in at 55. Somebody else got in at 58. Somebody else got in at 59.07. It's 61.31, so everyone is in the money. Gary also sold $55 strike expiring Friday, so those are looking good for Gary's strike price that he sold the puts on. All right, silver. Pat bought silver back here, $24.71. Had the big move up, big move down. It's $25.12, so down on the day, but still up on the trade. NVAX, Frank had a monster trade on NVAX at $135. It's $298.93. He sold 90%. He's just keeping a 5% trailer, so he's done very well there. Light, Gary sold light credit spreads February 26th, the $80, so that's at $88.58, so he has protection down to $80. Got $70 per contract, and he also bought intraday at $88.22. It's $88.58, so he is up on the trade so far. Avid. Frank bought Avid at $19.25. It's $22.84. It is down today, but he is still up on the trade. RDFN, Jatson and Morgs bought at $82.50. It's $86.78. So down on the day, but up on the trade. ISRG. Tracy bought INSRG at $745.50. It is $789.29, up 1.28%. So up on the day and nicely up on the trade. Congratulations. VIC, Karen bought at $52.50. It's $56.37, up 2.44%. Teladoc, Frank bought Teladoc all the way down here at $182. It's $290. So it's almost up $100. He sold 90%. Jatson's in at $284.50. So both of those gentlemen are in the money. Steve discussed today the 520 crossover on AMD. Yass is in from 88.80. It's 92.40. It is up nicely, and it does have a 520 crossover. MACD is positive, so we'll look at that at the end of the day. Tesla. Well, Kamal, you were right. Kamal was short in spirit from about 873. Jatson is long for real, unfortunately, at 840. Tesla is down 4.86% today. So down on the day and down on the trade. Budweiser, Frank bought Bud at $62.81. At $64.58. It's hanging in there, still profitable. Snow, Morgs is in Snow at $303.73. It's $306.53. So still slightly down on the day, but still slightly up on the trade with the 520 crossover. ITB, Jatson is in at $59.87 at $64.52, up a 0.5% today, nicely up on the trade. Goldman Sachs, really nice trade for Steve Burns. 520 crossover, good back tested signal, bought at 288.65. It's 304.93, up 1.49% and nicely up on the trade. Domino's Pizza, Steve and Frank bought Domino's at 383.39. It's 382.52. So this one is just a little down on the day, a little down on the trade with the 1030 EMA crossover. UAVS, Karen bought UAVS at $12.32. It's $15.75. It's up 9.22% today. Wow. GILT, Karen bought at $12.70. It's $19.74, up 2.86% today. We're getting there, almost there. Karen bought at 704 at 795. Karen has some fantastic trades lately. Holy smokes. Roku. Chatton bought Roku at 402. He sold half yesterday. It's 471, so beautiful trade for Jatin. Surf. David bought Surf down here at 1088. Had a big, huge bar. A little bit down today, but David is still nicely in the money on the trade. PLTR. Yas is in at 32.27. Oh, I think I already went over this one. Yeah. And last, CLVS. Karen bought CLVS at 844. It's 959. It's down 6.8% today, but still nicely up on the trade. Holy smokes, that was a mouthful. That was a mouthful, everybody. All right, so we talked about AMD. We'll look at that. Tracy says, I think J&J will jump with the vaccine approval at the end of the month. I hope so, because I have J&J. But as always, I would follow the price action, not your opinion of what you think is going to happen. Gary says, great poem, Frank. My brother just mentioned that today. He bought OCGN a few weeks ago. Take a look. Frank says, thank you, Gary. I'll check it out. Steve says, congrats on the NVDA trade. Outstanding. Thank you. Johan says, thanks, Frank, for the poem. Sunny is here. One of my favorite names ever. Uber has earnings this afternoon, which will likely affect Dash for better or for worse. Oh, good to know. That helps me make my decision a little bit firmer with the Dash position that we have. Thank you, Sunny. Good seeing you. Johan says, hence fitting pre-match, pre-market talk. Amazing creativity indeed. Hence fitting pre-match. I'm not sure I understand that one, Johan. Gary says AMD has a 520 crossover as well. Steve says TER has a 520. Dan says, my Gossett technique stopped me from catching a falling Tesla today. Thank you, Greg. You are welcome, buddy. You are welcome, buddy. I'm glad I had something to do with it. All right. So I want to have enough time that we can go through all of our potential end-of-day candidates. But before I do, I want to talk a little bit about trader psychology, good trading words of wisdom. As you know, trading psychology to me is the most important skill you will ever learn. I teach trading. I teach support, resistance, entries, exits, stops, volatility, all that kind of stuff. But does no good if I teach someone and then they don't follow what I teach, right? Because their emotions get revved up because maybe their position size is too large. They're just not following their plan. So trader psychology, everyone, is so super important. And this is Trading Composure. You've heard me discuss posts from Trading Composure many, many times. He's one of the absolute very best out there when it comes to trader psychology. I believe he has some meditation tapes just for trading. I'm going to have to check that out. I may have to get that. That sounds good. I've also been thinking about hypnosis. I have a friend that's a hypnotist, and why not? Couldn't hurt, right? Get hypnotized, have them tell you all the things that you need to do to be a better trader. So I like that kind of stuff. And I think that's the difference between people that really do well and people who don't. So, but Trading Composure is at Trading Composure on Twitter. Follow him. It's totally worth your time. Great information. Let's see what he has to say. Focus on protecting what you have. This can't be said enough. You can't seize the opportunities that are constantly materializing if you run out of chips. Trading is not about one trade. It's about many, many trades. So you know why I love this post, right? Because this is what I preach all the time. Most important, focus on what you have. Focus on risk. Laser beam focus on risk. If you laser beam focus on risk, the profits will come. If you focus on profits, the risk will come. I don't know how to explain it. It just is. Just believe me, right? You can't seize the opportunities that are constantly materializing if you run out of chips. Listen, I've mentioned this a million times. You are never going to be good at trading if you don't have the experience. And if you blow up your account, you will not have the experience you need to get good. It's just like if you just start playing guitar and I come in and break your guitar in half, you're not going to get a lot of repetition and practice on the guitar because you don't have it there to play. It's the same with your account. If you blow it up, if you lose a ton of money, get discouraged, or just literally blow it up, how are you ever going to get good at trading? You need experience. You need years of experience, right? So to get good at something, you have to be around and do it. And that dovetails into trading is not about one trade. It's about many, many trades. It's not about one trade. It's about the next trade of the next 1,000 trades. One, to make money slowly over time, but two, to not lose your account so that you get experience. And number three, that you're able to accumulate the money over time, get acclimated to higher position sizes, so forth and so on. But it just comes down to this. If you trade, you're never going to get good at trading if you do not get practice. You will not get practice if you blow up your account. If you position size correctly, get out when you're supposed to, look at every trade like the next one of the next 1,000 trades, you will get time in the simulator, right? You will get flight time for Johan. You will get experience, and that will make you a better trader. So anyway, everything he says here is what I rant and rave about all the time. So I'm glad when I see someone else post it, so I don't think like it's just in my head, because I know Trading Composure knows what he's talking about. So thank you, sir. Hope that was helpful for everyone in the group. It was certainly helpful for me. And again, at Trading Composure over on Twitter. So go show him a little support and subscribe to his channel. Excuse me. All right. Holy smokes, there's a lot of potential positions here. I've got to get out of some, I know that. I mean, not out, but let me put AMD on here. That's not AMD. And TER, so let's look at those. All right, so I'm going to put that over here, and I'm going to put this over here, and probably move this over here. So a lot to get through. Steve said, Lyft's earnings yesterday must have been Dash price driver today. 21st century sector confluence. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right, we have about 20 minutes left. Let me just take a look at current positions before I get on to new ones. Remember, always deal with the positions you have first before thinking about new positions. Okay, on the SPY, it's pretty easy. Just going to buy this at the close, overnighter. DocuSign, I could make a case for selling half of this. I really could, and I'm going to. I'm going to sell half. We're right here at support. Looks like we have a V1. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to exit this entire position. Yeah, I think I'm just going to exit the entire position. I want to trim down my positions. So I'm just going to lock in profits. We have a V1 to the downside, rejection of the 1 ATR channel. We are right up here at previous resistance. Yeah, it might go gapping up tomorrow. It might, but I am going to sell DocuSign today. Johnson & Johnson is fine. I am going to sell half though because of this closed below the open, and I'm going to lock in profits on Johnson & Johnson. NVTA, I am going to hold that one. I am going to hold NVTA. I like that we tested the entry point today and bounced off it. Spotify is fine with 1030 crossover. No issues there on Spotify, so I will be keeping Spotify. DoorDash, I am going to sell half of my DoorDash today. Just split the difference. It's up 11.97% today. It's been a great trade and 3 profit targets, but I'm just going to, as Kamal says, I like to book spikes. You see me do it all the time on day trades. I like to book spikes. Essentially, when I have a big bar after I purchased it, I'm going to sell part of it, right? And Kamal said, you book spikes well. And I was like, I've always thought to myself how I describe what I do, and it's perfect. I book spikes, and I will be booking half spike today on Dash. USO, I'm just going to hold this one. It's doing great. NVIDIA, I am going to go ahead and just get out of NVIDIA. I'm just going to look for a better risk to reward ratio. And I want to discuss that after the market closes, what I learned from Kamal. But, had a huge gain on this. Risk to reward's not good. Even if I use the 5 EMA, it's not that great. I think I could find a better one. And it is off of its highs, rejected near the 70. So I am going to sell NVIDIA. MasterCard, I am keeping MasterCard. I like the gain from the 200-day moving average. I like that it's held to 50 RSI, and I only have a quarter left. Apple was a day trade. Oh, VIX woke up, didn't it? Wow. Hold on, let me take a little look over here. Let me check something real quick. What's the VIX at? 1668. Okay, so we'll do this then. Sorry, everybody, give me just 1 second. Okay, that's done and done. All right. Let's take a look now and see some potentials. By the way, Bitcoiners out there, a couple weeks ago I said this would be a really great place to buy Bitcoin with this nice return to value V2, and it's worked out really, really well. I just wanted to point out, just in all fairness, about me saying, look, this is probably where I'd buy. I don't own it. But if I did own it, I would be selling probably my Bitcoin today. Don't take my advice. I want to put it out there, but it's just a good example of a trade that I would take here. And this is where I would get out because we went over 70, under 70, over the third, under the third, and we have a close below the previous day's low. So just wanted to put it out there that if it were me, this is where I would get out. Not just on Bitcoin, but on any stock with this pattern here. This is a toppy pattern. OLLI, a lot of sideways motion. Bounce off the 200-day moving average. I liked it earlier better when it was a V2, a V1, and it was over the 1 ATR channel. I think at this moment I'm going to pass on that. CNK. All right, well, this is kind of interesting. We do have a lot of sideways motion here. We have a V2 and we have a fractal. Fractals, when you have a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. Earlier in the day, Quad and I were talking about this, and we both mentioned it looked a little chasey, and I totally agree. But now it is less chasey. It is less chasey because it's off of its highs. Let's take a look intraday and see what it looks like. Nothing major on the 25-minute bar there. We are back in the value zone, so that's not too bad. I definitely will consider taking CNK today with the V2 and the under 50, over 50, and the fractal of the high here with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. Not 100% sure, but if I do, it will be half. AMD does have a 520 crossover. Let me do a little math on this. Let's analyze that on a weekly bar. Up on a down day, which is good. I'm going to have to watch and see what it does with this 50-day moving average. It's really not part of the mechanical 520 crossover, but it is something that I look at. I'll have to see, because it already rejected the 1 ATR channel, which is not great, not the end of the world. I'll have to watch that one there at the end on the 520. TER. I think this one uncrossed 127.25, 127.23. So no, it is still. I don't like that we're closing below the open, however. This looks like, I don't know. I'd like to see a better washout on the 200-day moving average, and we have rejected the 20 above us. Nah, I'm just not feeling that one. CNK, I do like that one better. I like that we have the increased volume. Let's look on the weekly. We rejected the 5 EMA on the weekly. It does have earnings coming up. You know, this is Cinemark. This could be volatile. I like that we're back in the value zone. Actually, so far, that one's my favorite with the half position. So this is when I have to ask myself, you know, how many positions do I have? What's the correlation and so forth? DocuSign, I'm going to get out of. Johnson & Johnson, I'm holding. NVTA, I'm holding. That's tech. Spot is tech, I would say. Dash, I'm out of half. NVIDIA, I'm out of. I'll tell you what, I'm going to clean house here, and I'm going to get out of my out of the positions I need to get out of first before I think about taking anything. So I am going to get out of DocuSign and just lock in profits. Today was a volatile day. It could be an omen for things to come, especially with the VIX being up like it is and having that expansion. Johnson, I'm holding. NVTA, I'm holding. Spotify, I'm holding. Dash, I'm going to sell half. Okay. NVIDIA, I'm selling all. MasterCard, I'm holding. VIX is another one to look at today. I have to be careful with the VIX, man. The VIX it's a wily coyote, that one. So I think I'm going to leave VIX alone. Frank says, I always imagine a VIX board meeting as a bunch of windmills. Ah, good point. Okay, TTCF. Johan, I know you like this one because you have had some monster trades off of that. Okay, it's a V2 kind of. I mean, here's bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. Bar 2 did wash out bar 1. I don't think it's by a quarter ATR. It's a nice V2, but just not a lot of washout, and MACD is not positive. We've already rejected the downward sloping 1 ATR channel on the weekly. Me personally, I probably wouldn't take it, but Johan has had good experience with TTCF. Steve says, I'm long AMD 9208 with the 520 EMA signal. Okay. Kamal says, I'm going to buy AMBD today. Okay, you just let me know when you do. Yeah, I don't like that big weekly bar on Teradyne, so I'm going to let go of that one. VIX bounced right here at support. Boy, did it bounce. Okay. Me, personally, I'm going to buy CNK, but only a half a position today. Only a half. I bought that a little early, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. So Steve bought AMD with a 520 crossover. I bought CNK. Of course, I'm going to buy SPY. I am out of DocuSign. I sold that. I'm keeping Johnson & Johnson. NVTA, I am keeping that as well. Spotify, I am keeping. Dash, I sold half. Oil, I'm keeping. NVIDIA, I am out of NVIDIA as well. Holding my quarter of MasterCard. And that's that. What a day. Unreal. Unreal, I say. Okay, so I'm going to move C and K up here. Okay. Wow, it's nice to be done without up to the bell there. Whew. So the Dow is still holding on to a gain. NASDAQ is now down 52 points. S&P is down 4.86 points. We have 5 minutes to go. And I feel pretty good about my portfolio here, to be honest with you. $333.84. All right. All right, I'm going to make a little room over in this area because I know we're going to have some entries and exits. Gary's doing nice on his light intraday trade. Very good. And by the way, I had someone ask me, they said, are you bummed that you sold gold and that you sold bonds? And the answer is no. I mean, because look, gold, yes, gold's up 0.3% today, higher than when I sold it yesterday. TLT is up 0.63% and I sold it yesterday. But I would have never bought spot, which is up 0.66%, and I would not have bought DoorDash, which is up 14.7%. So I wasn't going to have all of those positions, but this is kind of what I'm talking about. Taking ones that I have decent profits in that are a little stretched and had some bad price action, taking that, investing it back into a stop loss on something that has a newer and better setup. So I hope that makes sense. So VIX looks like it's making a high on the day. Lovis says Dash should have hit 3 profit targets. Yes. Do you sell less than 1/3 on any of them, or was there a reason not to sell the profit targets today? Yeah, I did hit 3 profit targets. I sell 10% of whatever I have. So, let's say I bought 500 shares of DoorDash yesterday. So 10% of 500 is 50. So I would sell 50 shares at each profit target. So in which case, if I hit 3 profit targets and I'm starting with the new position, that means I unloaded 30% of my shares, right? So yes, I did. I hit 3 profit targets. I set a limit to sell 10% of my shares here at the first one, 10% at the second one, 10% at the third one. But I set profit targets every single day, Leva. Every single day at each profit target, 10% of whatever I have, however many shares I have at the close of the previous day. Oh, 1 minute to go, everybody. 1 minute. $334.31. All right, that's that. Really nice day today. Very grateful for that. It's just been a great day and a great week and a great month and a great year. My gosh. I bought SPY at 390.08. I bought CNK at 20.79. So SPY, overnight SPYer, almost exactly where I bought it yesterday. I hope I can sell it at the open. Tomorrow, 390, I bought it lower, 390.08 today. And CNK, I bought at 20.79. Half position. this. Get rid of my other stuff over here. Sorry, this is a whole hot mess with all these positions. It's just nuts. All right. Okay. Now, let me move my ones over. I got out of DocuSign, so that's done for me. NVTA I held on to. Dash I held on to. NVIDIA I sold. And Dash I sold half. All right. So that's my stuff. If you have any positions, new entries, new exits, just go ahead, put them in the chat. This is the time. And I'll get them all updated for you real quick. Just to remind everybody, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I'm pretty good at it. I know I teach a really good course. I know if you take it, you will be a better trader. It's 15 hours total, 5 sessions, 3 hours each. And I teach you everything I've learned over the last 25 years as a full-time trader, everything I've discovered myself, everything that I've learned from my coaches and mentors. So it's a very inclusive course. I think the best way to learn is one-on-one. So if you are interested, all you have to do is send me a email. The email is in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter and just say, hey, Greg, I'm interested in the one-on-one course. I will email you back and say, thanks for saying hello. Let's do a Skype call. Skype call's free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading and what you're trying to get out of the course, what your goals are, trading goals, what your frustrations have been, your challenges, and then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And when we're done with the course, when we're done with the call, obviously you can consider it, think about it, and then if you want to take the course, you can email me back right away. I had a great call last night with Carlos, who's going to be taking the course with me starting next week, and he's really excited, and I'm excited for him because I know he's going to learn a lot of good things. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, if you find it helpful in any way, either today's episode or previous episodes, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button before you click on out of here. It really helps the channel, it helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some good content here, and so they'll be more favorable in sharing it and getting it out there. Okay, so that takes care of business. So let's take care of your business and let's see what happens. Now, I did notice Steve bought something up here. Let me find it. Where did Steve go? Didn't he say he bought AMD? Why am I not finding it? Oh yeah, here's AMD. Oh, goodness me. All right. Oh, it did close above the 50. That's good. Steve at $92.08 520 EMA. Okay, that takes care of one. Okay. Talked about that. Okay, Steve did buy TER. And he bought that at $128.67. Okay, got that for you, Steve. Frank says sold DMZ. Or DPZ. DPZ? I think you meant DPZ, right? Down, sold down a half slice. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sold one half. Half of his slices he sold. Stopped out of 90% of CRM. Okay. Down to a 10% trailer, huh, Frank? Okay. Bought AM. Okay, well, let's do this one because I know Kamal. ABMD. 324.18. This is a Kamal trade, I can tell. 324.18. All right, so that's Mr. Frank. Johnson is out of DocuSign. Okay. Out of Blink. Oh, you bought your puts back? Out of NVTA. Ooh, there's some house cleaning going on today. Out of J&J. Oh, I don't have Johnson in my Johnson & Johnson trade anymore. That's kind of a shame. Just kidding, bud. Out of Spotify. Okay, was profitable. And out of NIO. NIO, where are you, NIO? I sold everything when market started falling this morning. Small negative across all holdings. I am back to all cash. Good. I think it's a good place to be. Edit is out of, or Johan is out of edit. Yeah, I don't blame you there. And Fastly. Where is Fastly? Okay, I didn't even have you in this. Okay. Kamal is in Qualcomm. Yep. 146.10 got you. Okay, I know I put AM whatever up here already. Oh, here it is. And Kamal is in at, all right, I'm just going to leave that one there. I'm just going to put here Kamal 323 even. Dan says, we're lagging, gang. Thumbs up. Oh, that'd be nice. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Yas is in CNK. And AMD. Oh, man. If this was alphabetized, that would just be awesome. Where is AMD? I know it's here. Oh, come on. All right. That's yes. Karen is out of CAPR. Okay, nice trade, Karen. There's some house cleaning being done today. Should be interesting tomorrow. CNK, a half a position. Karen says, all my current positions are half or less size positions. Okay. Surf. Ooh, that one started out so well. I mean, it was still a good trade, David. Still a great trade. Lova said okay. Okay, gotcha. Frank says, good to know. Thanks, Kamal. Greg, when do you go into trailing stop mode? I go into trailing stop mode when I move 1.5 ATRs above my entry. So I'll just tell you right here. Here is Cinemark Holdings. I just bought it at $20.79. I look at the value of the 1.5 ATR value, which is $265. That's today. It will move every day, so I adjust. But for today, I will take my entry price, add on $2.65, right about there. If it gets up to that point, I will go into trailing stop mode. Now, again, today it's $2.65, so I put the line $2.65 above my entry. Tomorrow, it may be lower, so I would move it down. Or the 1.5 value may be higher, and I would move it slightly up. But once it hits there, then I go into trailing stop mode. Hope that helps, Leva. Frank says, does the hypnosis stuff work on a spouse if you have a big loss? It does. And I'll tell you what, I think I've mentioned this before. You know, I have been hypnotized by the FBI. Because of the DB Cooper situation with my father. And I walked into that thinking, they're not going to be able to hypnotize me. And then right when I was in the middle of, I was like, holy smokes, I am way hypnotized. It was a real impactful moment when you really realize how hypnotized you are. So yeah, I believe in it. I mean, I did it. I saw something in my mind that was from, who knows, 35 years ago that they were asking me about. It was interesting. But yes, you might as well try it, Frank, see if that does work and let us know. All right, let's switch over, see if what's happening after hours, if anything. Apple is down. CNK is down. The Dow's up 40 cents. Johnson & Johnson's down 20 cents. MasterCard is down $3. Holy smokes, but that's a wide spread. NVTA is down 4 cents. Pfizer's down 2 cents. Qs are up 20 cents. Spotify's down. SPY is up. Means VIX is probably down. That is correct. Who is having earnings today? Was it Uber? Somebody mentioned. So they're down. Let's see what Dashy's doing. Dash is up. Good. All right, everybody. Listen, here we go. I'm going to leave you off with this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Cornfield. So, you know, I like this kind of stuff. Please try to go out and do something nice for one human today, at least. Please try to go out and do something nice for one animal, at least. You're going to improve that human's day. You are also going to improve that animal's day. It's going to be good for them, and it will also be good for you as well. All right, so let's not forget that. Lovis says, thanks, that helps a lot. Good, I'm glad. IRTB, was that iRobot? IRBT, oh yeah, iRobot. Holy smokes, I'd say they beat. They're up 8.28%. Good for them. Okay, everybody. I think that's it. I appreciate you coming today. You know, if you could hit the thumbs up button, you know, if you found something valuable here today, if you could hit the thumbs up button, I would really, really appreciate that. And tomorrow is Thursday, so I hope you have a good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, do some chart study, do something nice for a human, do something nice for an animal, and those are all my requirements. If you could do those, that would be great. All right. Uber beats on earnings and misses on rev. UBER. Yep, down 2.6%. All right. That is going to do it today, everybody. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye now. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.